birthday.
Whoops.
Nobody saw that. All right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Check. Oh. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Close the door. Close the door. No, close. No, close. Close the door. Good job. Good job.
Don't even get it. All right.
Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test.
Play. Good shot.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Beth Brewer.
Hey Beth, I'm Ellen Engelhardt.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Thank you, you too. This is my daughter Annie.
Annie, hi. So for the first Friday, I think we're probably going to use these books.
Oh, okay, not
Here.
these, okay.
But you can look through those.
Okay, you know what, I'm actually familiar with this. Our Reform Synagogue in Charlotte, I think uses the same book.
Yeah, this came out maybe 10 years ago now.
It's been around.
It's been around. And what someone did was purchase a bunch of the skinnier ones.
Yeah, those are
that
different
just
sizes.
have They just have the Friday night, Saturday service on there.
Okay.
So, just because, that's what they needed. It was for a big bat mitzvah.
Oh, I see.
So the first Friday is like the family service. So
I'll use that.
we use this guy.
Okay,
And it's like
wonderful.
more. Yeah.
Super,
The kids
thank
had
you.
done some of that. It's all great guys.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So you live in Charlotte?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do. Well, Annie now, as of today, is going to be a Connecticut citizen.
Oh, that's
But,
great.
She's going to Franklin Academy.
Oh, right. Where Belinda's kids went.
Right.
Yes.
Which was only a fluke thing. When I called here, I didn't realize there was that connection.
Yeah,
between
yeah.
the shul and
Oh, that's great.
yeah, and we were so excited that there was a shul nearby.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
That we were concerned about that. We didn't
Yeah.
know what to expect.
Right.
The East Haven being so small.
Yeah, yeah.
Good news for us. So.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, we have, a group of people who, the kids come from Franklin for high
Yeah,
holidays.
they were just explaining to her that they had a group, and then they also had a small combination class. And
Nice,
there were a
yeah.
couple of kids from Franklin who come
Oh,
in there
good.
too.
That's great.
Yeah, we're tickled about that.
That's
so.
good. Yeah.
And we actually flew up. It doesn't start until Sunday, but we wanted to come up to be here for Shabbat. So
Oh,
you know,
nice.
Get our
Nice.
feet wet.
Yeah. I know a little bit about the area and stuff.
Right.
You had been here before or no?
Well, no, we came here about a month and a half ago.
Just check out the school.
But I never really spent time in this area. Though I did
Yeah.
we lived in Norwalk, Connecticut.
Okay.
I don't know how close that is.
Yeah, it's like an hour-ish from here, but like a whole different world. So that's really separate from
To Blackwell Marina in Old Lyme.
They don't live there now. Like,
He's
all
got
they moved out to
kids.
North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And Sally, everybody plays instruments and they
Yeah,
sing.
but I spent some time in my early years there.
Sounds
So
wonderful.
are you a
So
native
we
of
went
North
once.
Carolina?
I am.
You
So
are?
we
Tomorrow,
will
tomorrow,
There's
Sunday.
a small town community there, and our shul that I was raised in was
It
kind
is,
of
it's a lot of fun.
Orthodox version of Judaism at the
Yeah.
time. It's reformed now, but at the time. So
And Charlotte has a good-sized Jewish
they
population, yes.
really do. Because so many
They have
people
that
from
big
Northeast
school, don't they? That big
Andy
campus?
went to it, the Charlotte Jewish Day
Yeah,
School.
yeah.
It's a dynamite school.
Yeah.
And our other child graduated from there, and it was just great. And we wanted them to get another school, but it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
They're just an elementary school.
Yeah.
It's a great school.
That's great,
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you been there?
I've not been to Charlotte. I've been through, just driving through the area, but back in 1995, we briefly lived in Cary.
Oh, did you?
Yes, yes.
Oh, doggone. Okay, well, you would recognize Carrie now. Really crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think they were like 98,000 people.
Oh, so you're gonna sit there?
And it was expanded.
Yeah.
But it's,
Throughout the whole
the
thing?
staff had a lot of trouble as well. Staff corporation.
Yes, oh yeah, yep, they were up there and,
It's changed quite a bit, but we love it. We actually go to Carrie from time to time.
Yes.
Because they have a wonderful hotel spa area.
Oh,
Kind of an
nice.
Indulgence. We don't
Yeah,
do that a lot,
yeah,
but where we
yeah.
do.
So,
yeah. And then my son-in-law lived in, where they lived? Briefly, they were in Charlotte
Oh,
for
really?
years.
Okay.
He went to UNC.
Okay, sure. Okay, what year was that?
He graduated in, let's see, he's 42. So he graduated in the late 90s.
97.
Yeah, like 7, 98, yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny because here we were, that we moved to Cary, and Stephanie, our daughter, was supposed to be a senior in high school. And, you know, we knew a whole year ahead that my husband was being transferred.
Right.
So we gave her a couple of different options, either find someone to stay with in Pennsylvania to finish school, or to move with us, go to Carolina, or do what her brother did. And when the kids were little, we lived in Lawrence, Kansas, and the university there will accept students after their junior year of high school. So I said, you might do that, so that's what she wanted to do. So I was joking with Stephanie, had you gone to Carolina, you could have met Ben all those years earlier instead of her husband. Yeah. No, he's originally from Philadelphia. His parents worked for a bunch of different federations, so they moved up and down the East Coast when he was younger. So they wound up meeting in Israel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great story.
Yeah.
So we're doing a program or something?
They were on one of these open programs that, so they were there. Yes. Yeah. Ben had done junior year in high school program in Israel. On one of the kibbutz. Unfortunately, it was during the first Gulf War, so that was really disconcerting for the parents. But then Ben and Stephanie wound up the open program ended right around the time that the second Intifada started. So they were both in Israel during all that time. Yeah. That's why I have really white hair. Yeah.
We were in Israel 2 years ago, and we were
Yeah.
it was dangerous.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. Our former rabbi here was like president of rabbis for human rights, so she did a lot of work in the settlement area, so she had some information that might have
I forgot to tell you, I was doing something for Russia.
Okay.
I was thinking maybe bake too. Is that good?
That's good.
I'm not a baker.
No, that's fine. I got and you know what? If you want to pick up some cookies, you can eat them. Awesome.
Oh, so gluten-free stuff.
Yeah, so bring yourself some gluten-free stuff and some fruit. That would be awesome. Oh, you're welcome. Oh, yeah. So Beth Brewer, yes. Yes, BREWA. So she'll be around. It's a lot of stuff to be.
Well, we tried to get up on wanted to go on a plane. It was just very good flight.
I know, but still, yeah. I know, so Stephanie and Ben, now they have Catherine exactly. They were on the east, they lived in Oakland County. It's beautiful, but they chose to move to the West Coast after they came back from Israel and Cyprus. I know, so, yeah. And they actually had friends that they met from Israel in the Bay Area, so they had a really easy transition for them to move back to the States. So, they both made Aliyah, and then they had Zachary. He now has Israeli citizenship.
So they all three have
Okay. Yeah. Then Stephanie made Aliyah, and then they have a friend in Oakland who works for the Israeli Cultural Ministry in San Francisco. So they promote money to it. So she helped them with exactly. So they both, all three of them.
Just me?
Yeah. So Stephanie had a 3-day class in so they were just in North Carolina for the last week. Yeah, it's some institute that does leadership training. They have a big campus out And you also have a campus in Singapore.
like our here, so much trouble there.
It's one of those places where it's very well known. So everything all organized. And a hotel that they pair with. And our company paid for it, so that was the best. Yeah. I think that's
You're welcome.
no, we have the pamphlets.
Yeah, I know.
I bet.
for putting that whole part of our evening together. If you missed it, we filmed it. We'll show you later. And we just get to join in the celebration of Shabbat. So let's all take a nice deep Shabbat breath in and out. Let go to the extent that you can of any tsuras you brought in with you, any worry, anything that's weighing heavily on you. Allow yourself this break, this chance to just be together with family, with friends, with your congregational family. Tonight we have some extra special people who will be coming up to the bima a little bit later. Hiding here in the front row, but not really. Zach Infeld will be coming up in celebration of his bar mitzvah to help us in a bit. And then later, you may recall that during the Hebrew month of Elul, which we are now in, we have for a number of years now had a theme throughout the month of Shabbatot where we invite speakers to address that theme using a story from their own lives. And tonight we have Revalyn Klein Hickey, who will be coming up a little bit later to share a story of reconciliation and forgiveness from her own life. So let's turn together to page 1 and read the top of the page. We reach for you, our God, from our quiet places. May we stand still for a brief moment and listen to the rain. Stand still for a brief moment and watch the play of sunlight and shadow on the leaves. For a brief moment, listen to the world. Let us stop the wheels of every day to savor Shabbat in the stillness of this holy place, in the stillness of our souls. We reach for you, God, from our quiet places. And on page 3, from the Bar Mitzvah family, it is a pleasure to invite up Rosalind Graberman, Rosalind Gutenfeld, and Barbara Gutenfeld to light and bless our Shabbat candles. And on page 5, we continue to welcome in the presence of Shabbat by singing Lechato Di. Lechato Di, Likrat Likrat Kala, B'nei B'nei Shalom, Likha Lecha. Lechato Di, Likrat Likrat Kala, B'nei B'nei Shalom, Likha Lecha La 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 La. Lechato Di. The
As the dark of night descends, we lift our eyes to the heavens. In awe and wonder, our hearts cry out.
Eternal God, how majestic is your name in all the earth.
A vast universe, who can know it? What mind can fathom it? We look out to the endless suns and ask, what are we? What are our dreams and hopes? What are we, that you are mindful of us? What are we, that you should care for us?
And yet within us abides a measure of your spirit. You are remote, but oh, how near, ordering the stars in the vast solitudes of dark, yet whispering in our minds that you are closer than the air we breathe. For you have made us little less than divine, and crowned us with glory and honor. With love and awe we turn to you, and in the dark of evening we seek the light of your presence.
God, you gave us mitzvah in the Torah because you love us. Play fair, be kind, share with others, tell the truth. When we want to know the right thing to do, we remember what the Torah says. It helps us to decide what is right when no one is there to tell us. Baruch atah Adonai, Odei Amo Yisrael.
We praise you, eternal God. You gave the Jewish people the Torah. It is a sign that you love us. Let's read together at the top of page 12.
You shall love your eternal God
With all your heart,
all your mind, with all your being. Set these words which I command you this day upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be symbols before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my deeds and do them. So shall you consecrate yourselves to your God. I am your eternal God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I am your eternal God.
Page 15.
We were freed from slavery and went forth to freedom.
Let all be free to sing with joy. Page 17. Grant, O God, that we may lie down in peace and raise us up, O guardian, to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel, and for your name's sake be our help. Shield us from hatred and plague. Keep us from war and famine and anguish. Subdue our inclination to evil. O God, our guardian and helper, our gracious and merciful ruler, give us refuge in the shadow of your wings. Guard our coming and going, that now and always we have life. Blessed is the one whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all our people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, haporeis sukat shalom aleinu, yamkol Israel, ve'al Yerushalayim.
Amen.
seated when you have finished your prayers. Shabbat Shalom. Good Shabbos again. So glad you're all here tonight. For those of you who are longtime members of the CBSRZ family, thanks for being here tonight. Yeah. For those of you who are visiting or checking us out or here to celebrate such a wonderful occasion, we're glad you're here too. You're part of our mishpacha, our family as well, and so we're really happy that you all helped enhance our feeling of ruach, our spirit tonight. Part of what we always do when we gather together on Shabbat is we send our prayers of healing, our prayers for a ruach shalema to those in our families, those in our community who need those prayers of comfort, of a return to wholeness, and of a return to peacefulness. So tonight we are sending our get well wishes to Regan Konecki, John D. Nicola, Nancy Schwab, Sam Rosenblum, Miriam Swidler, David Clark, Joel Kerr, Beth Gottlieb, Simon Alexander Petty, Larry Mancini, Gail Peck, Linda Sherman, Charles Sabat, Bob Dobbin, Dope and Mayor Miriam, Dahlia Batlipa Bashena, Andy Werblow, Len Nodelman, Jimmy Ambronio, and Abby Dole. Who else are you thinking of tonight? Are you sending your healing prayers to and you'd like to share out loud?
David Hackman.
David Hackman. Patrick Mailer and Mark Lewin Felder.
We do know there are especially a lot of people all over our world affected by natural disasters tonight. So our prayers are especially with them. Yishaberach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov v'Nimotenu Sarah Rivka Le'Avrachel v'Yivarech v'Yorkei Kol Ha'olim Ha'ela. May the one who blessed all of our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Leah, and Rachel, bless and heal all those who are ill. We pray, God, that they soon return to us with a healing of mind and body and spirit. We pray that their caregivers, their family members, and their doctors are blessed with compassion and wisdom and love. Baruch atah Adonai Rofech Cholim. We praise you, God, who cares for the sick and the suffering. Let us all sing together.
Amen.
And we have those among us who have healed, who have recovered, who have returned to that sense of wellness. And so on behalf of all of those in our community who have experienced those wonderful miracles, we praise you, God, who makes good things happen in the world around us. And let us say together. Amen. So, and we have smachot, we have simchas to celebrate. If you have a birthday, hang on, because we're all going to celebrate together. But any other anniversaries, celebrations, anything you want to share? Something nice going on? Some kids off to college, I know. Very exciting. Some started school. Yes.
We celebrated our 58th anniversary Tuesday.
58! Mazel tov! We are so excited to get to celebrate that with you. Many more in good health and joy. Yeah.
I had my first day of high school.
Your first day of high school. Mazel tov. So far, so good? Okay, good. Excellent. Laura. He's going to where?
Kindergarten.
Oh, how wonderful! I hope that's going to go great for him. Kindergarten. And of course, we wish a huge mazel tov to Zach and family on the occasion of his bar mitzvah. We're so excited to celebrate this wonderful moment with you all. Any others? Well, it is a pleasure to invite up to the bima Revalyn Klein Hickey to share with us a personal story of reconciliation. Pleasure to have you here.
Good Shabbos, everyone.
Shabbos.
That Mazel Tov on becoming a true son of Israel. Okay. Do you know how to play Old Man River? I might call upon you. Can everyone hear me? Mama and my stepfather, my father died when I was 6, Uncle Bob, didn't believe in allowances for children. When I wanted something other than what was given, I was to ask. When I asked, the answer was usually no. So I didn't ask. Don't misunderstand. While love and respect were often not available, I was fed, had nice clean clothes, sent to school, and just about every Saturday I went to the movies with my girlfriends. I went to the library often. I received gifts for birthdays and holidays. I had series tickets to the young people's concerts. Oh, there we go.
Yay.
To the young people's concerts at Woolsey Hall, and I accompanied my mother to performances at the Yale School of Drama. We had a large collection of records. I had crayons, coloring books, and paper dolls. I could swim at the JCC and went to summer camp. I had my own nicely furnished room. I was taught to be respectful to my elders and to know right from wrong. Oh yes, I certainly understood right from wrong, but then one warm spring afternoon, I wanted an ice cream cone and the new Wonder Woman comic book. Somehow I knew what to do. I was 9 the first time I took change from my mother's purse. I did it again and again, as often as I could, careful not to be caught. But of course, I was eventually caught. I remember the disappointment in Mama's eyes, tears running down her cheeks, while Uncle Bob raved and shook his finger in my face. My punishment was not being allowed to listen to records, the radio, or go to the movies for a month. I said that I was sorry, and I truly had to admit I was more sorry that I was caught than I was sorry for stealing at that time. And Mama began locking her purse in the cedar closet. I never stole from Mama again, even though I could have easily gotten into the cedar closet through a trapdoor in the attic. The winter I was in 5th grade, Mama and Uncle Bob took a 6-week tour of Italy, Greece, and Israel. I was taken out of school and sent to Atlanta, where all my relatives were, to stay with my Tante Ida. I would be attending school there. Before being put on the train, I was given $20 spending money. Considering the times, the 1950s, that was quite generous. I was flush. Tante Ida was Mama's eldest sister, and according to Mama, she was brilliant, knew everything, and could do no wrong. Looking back on the years in Atlanta prior to moving to New Haven, I remember Tante Ida as perfect and indomitable. She stood up this tall. I understood that what she said and did was always good and best. Her thoughts, ideas, and reasonings were always correct. Her home was spotless, her cookies were buttery, her bread warm and yeasty, and her baked chicken the juiciest. Tante Ida was an observant Jew. Mama and Uncle Bob were not, so neither was I. Saturdays at her home would be spent quietly reading, coloring, cutting, listening to the radio, or going for a ride were not allowed. One could, however, go for a walk, and I went for a walk every Saturday, right up to the streetcar stop for a ride uptown on the trolley, and a leisurely stroll through Rich's department store, with several trips up and down the escalators, a perusal through the coloring books and paper dolls at F.W. Woolworth's, and a large Coca-Cola at the lunch counter would complete my jaunt. One Saturday when I returned, Tante Ida was waiting for me at the front door. She asked, "Is there anything left?" "Left of what?" I responded. "The 8 silver dollars," she said. "What 8 silver dollars?" "The 8 silver dollars for Goldie's anniversary." Everyone knew that as anniversary gifts, Tante Ida gave every one of her 3 daughters 1 silver dollar coin for each year they were married. My cousin Goldie would be celebrating her 8th anniversary that month, and I had been flower girl at her wedding in Akron. "I didn't take them, I don't have them," I cried out, tears quickly filling my eyes. I would never, ever steal from Tante Ida. That would be like stealing from God, from perfection. She let the door slam in my face and left me standing there. I wasn't locked out, but I spent the night huddled in the corner of the front porch glider. I didn't want to be near Tante Ida. I had no place to go. No one would want me. No one would believe me over Tante Ida. She was perfect, personified, and I was not. I was cold and I cried most of the night, but I'm sure I must have snoozed on and off. I was at times both frightened and angry at Mama and Tante Ida. I had been accused of a crime I didn't commit, but much worse to me was the realization that Mama had discussed my stealing with Tante Ida, perfection. That was why Tante Ida had accused me. She knew I had stolen before and had obviously done it again. I agonized over the probability that Mama had told Tante Ida about my stealing, and therefore every other family member knew about it too. I was miserable and I was scared. Sunday morning arrived and the front door opened. Tante Ida stood there not saying a word. I unfolded myself from the glider and stepped into the warmth, going directly to the bathroom. I had to pee something awful. At my place on the kitchen table was breakfast. Head lowered, I sat down, waiting for perfection to fall upon me. Nothing. No words were said. And while I ate, I then washed my dishes. I spent the rest of that Sunday in my bedroom, curled up into a ball under the covers, waiting still frightened and angry, contemplating what I considered to be Mom's betrayal and waiting for I didn't know what to happen. It was a horrible day. I know I slept, but every waking moment was spent expecting doom of some sort to fall upon me. Tante Ida might even call the police. But nothing happened, and on Monday I went to school. Not a word passed between Tante Ida and me since Saturday, when I had been accused of theft. I loved school in Atlanta. It was so easy compared to school in New Haven. My teacher, Miss Tattinger, was always kind to me. That particular Monday turned out to be a special day. Every fifth grader in the Atlanta public school system was given a tour of the Coca-Cola bottling plant, because Coca-Cola was discovered in Atlanta, and that's where the corporate headquarters were. Well, that was the Monday schedule for my class. I sat with Miss Tattinger on what was my first ride ever on a yellow school bus. She took my hand and said that she knew I was leaving soon, so she had to give me some lovin's before I left. Perhaps she sensed my unhappiness. When I got home from school that afternoon, Tante Frady, my father's sister, was there. She told me it had been decided that since I was to go back north this coming Sunday, she was going to take me for the rest of the week. We would once again go to visit my maternal grandmother in Memphis, and I would be able to see the Mississippi River again. I wouldn't be able to say goodbye to Miss Tattinger or my Atlanta classmates because we were leaving immediately. Tante Ida had already packed my bags. We walked to the front porch, and when Tante Frady was bringing my things to her car, Tante Ida offhandedly offered the words to the air around us, "I found the silver dollars." I forgot I put them in a different place. That's all. Nothing else. I don't even remember if we said goodbye. Apparently, Tante Ida didn't tell Mama about the silver dollars, because Mama never mentioned the incident to me, and she would have. Time passed. The memory and the emotions of that event were suppressed under daily life, and frankly, under more important memories and emotions. While I saw Tante Ida in the intervening years, I completely buried the pain of being relegated to the care of an indifferent relative, the silver dollars, and the fearful Saturday night and Sunday spent alone. However, I fondly remembered school, Miss Tattinger, the trip to the Coca-Cola plant, the mighty Mississippi, and often spoke of those events. 65 years were to pass before I told anyone about the silver dollars, the night on the porch, and that terrible Sunday. My relationship with Mama had always been awkward, rough, and difficult, even from the time I was a toddler. As I grew into my teen years, it severely worsened. It culminated with me eloping and marrying an Irish Catholic when I was 18, and it wasn't until I was in my late 40s, possibly early 50s, that Mama and I developed a friendly and companionable bond. One year during Pesach at my sister's, Mama and I were doing the dishes. I took the opportunity at that time to ask her forgiveness for my behavior when I was a teenager. I honestly don't know if she forgave me or not, because she answered with what I have come to call a Yiddish sound in her throat. I've heard that the Scots have such a sound too. The sound can be yes, no, maybe, sit down, where have you been, I don't know, take an umbrella, go away, whatever. Who knows? But she smiled and patted my hand. In 2003, I drove to Charlotte to see my son and his family and decided to drive a little farther and visit my cousin Alice in Atlanta. She was Tante Ida's youngest daughter. Although it was not said, we knew it would probably be the last time we would see each other, and that turned out to be true. We had such a grand time. We laughed and cried, told family stories, we ate delicious meals together, drank wine, went to museums, and picnicked at the cemetery where most of our relatives were. During a conversation with Alice, she said something about her mother in passing that stopped me in my tracks. My mother was mean and unforgiving. She was not a nice person. The memory of the silver dollars, the night on the glider, and that horrible Sunday welled up and rolled over me. I said nothing to Alice. This was mine alone to deal with. I knew that telling Alice about it would serve no good purpose. That night, sleepless in Alice's guest room, I remembered Mama once telling me that her husband would always come first in her life, before anyone, including her children. And I thought of that unhappy little girl, sent away by her parents, huddled on the front porch glider, and wondered about what had happened in the lives of my mother and aunt to make them the way they were. These days, anyone who might be able to shed some light on their behavior is dead. I'm the only one left. I'm the last one left. I put that down. So I guess it's a moot point, and I try not to spend my time in the past, unless the memories are good ones. At any rate, whatever it was ended with them, as none of their children were or are like them. A few weeks before she died, I shared the experience with my sister Hickey, as we held hands and spoke frankly and deeply about our family. She was shocked and said she hadn't known about Tante Ida's treatment of me. I was nonplussed. Of course she didn't know, as who was there to tell her besides me? Well, have I forgiven Mama? You bet. Absolutely. I have. I hope that she's forgiven me, because I gave her a run for her money. Have I forgiven Tante Ida? And I know it's trite to say this, but the healing between me and that woman began as soon as I told my sister. Thank you.
Thank you for trusting us and sharing this story. This time of year is a perfect time to be thinking about relationships and hurts, as well as the joyous times. Thank you for allowing us the space to start thinking of our own stories.
My pleasure. The healing continues. This helps.
We have two more speakers next Friday night and the following Friday night. Next Friday night, Sean Hickey will be sharing a story, and then 2 weeks from now, our final Elul speaker, Rita Christopher, will be speaking. So I do hope you're able to join us for our other two Elul speakers. So we are now today in the month of September. Do we have September birthdays with us? Yeah, come on up. And if you were an August birthday and you didn't have a chance to celebrate with us, please come up too. And if we have some tall individuals who don't mind helping to hold this slipper up over our birthday. September.
Was that yours?
Birthday or thank you. Oh, hold on, nobody got these. Hey, come on up.
Is it
us to reach such a wonderful celebration. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'ehyanu, v'kiyavanu, v'hiyanu, l'zman hazeh. We are so honored to get to celebrate your birthdays with you all. We wish for you a year filled with blessing. Blessings of good health, of joy, of each moment surrounded by dear family and friends who you love and who love you. May you find success every step along your way. And of course, the best gift for us would be to get to celebrate with you again next year. So before you return to your seats, I gotta grab my basket of tchotchkes. So and everybody can ask, you don't need to be a child, you can be a kid at heart. There's all kinds of goodies. There's a modeling play, there's a copper balls, there's balls.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Have a few announcements now. Thank you to the Intel family for sponsoring the event tonight. And tomorrow morning, we have a big event, Shabbat service and bar mitzvah of Zach Intel at 10:30. On Sunday, from 4 to 6, we have a Chester meal site soup kitchen. Monday, the office is closed. Next Friday, again, we have the Elul series service, Erev Shabbat service. And there's no second Saturday service this month. And just a reminder, in case you didn't know what's coming, Erev Rosh Hashanah begins on Wednesday evening, September 20th. Beth, you want to make a comment about the...
Oh yeah, I'm in charge of the Erev Rosh Hashanah. This is the table there. So if anybody would like to bring some cakes or cookies or a coffee, that would be appreciated. We usually have a lovely service here and followed by some wonderful sweets. So just call the office. If you don't know me, just call the office and Wendy will be happy to pass some information on to you. Or you can call me directly, or email me, or see me tonight. Anything you love. Yes. Text. Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you, Maxine. In case you don't know, Maxine Klein, she's the president of our congregation. So thank you for coming up. One other announcement, which is the holiday of Slichot is coming up as well on Saturday night, September 16th. Slichot is one of those interesting holidays. It sounds like a bunch of other holidays, so it's easy to forget what it is or when it is. It's the warm-up holiday for the high holidays. It always falls the Saturday evening before Rosh Hashanah. And Slichot comes from the word for forgive or excuse. So in modern Hebrew, when you're trying to say excuse me to somebody, you say slicha. But slichot, so then is plural, and you're starting to ask forgiveness and to think about forgiving yourself and others and God, etc. Here, what we're going to be doing, for the first time we're hosting it for ourselves, we are going to do a screening of the movie Into the Woods. I don't know if you're familiar with the musical, if you've seen the movie, we're going to be showing it here at 6:30 p.m. And then having a discussion, because there are so many themes in the movie that are related to the High Holy Days. And then following the discussion and some snacks, we will come in here for the Slichot service itself. You'll hear some of the high holiday melodies for the first time. The choir will be here. We'll also be changing the Torah mantles from blue to white. So I do hope you'll join us, again, 6:30 p.m. on September 16th for Slichot. It's really going to be a great evening. Any other announcements we need? All right, so we're going to turn to our concluding prayers. If you go back into your prayer booklet, Elena was on the bottom of page 35. Do anybody wants to help us open the ark? Yeah, you want to come up? Yeah, come on up. Please rise. Those who affected our lives in all kinds of ways and who we can't help but miss. So we honor their legacy tonight as we recite the Mourner's Kaddish. Tonight we are especially thinking of Marnie Lawson, a friend of Linda Sherman who passed recently, as well as the Yortzites, the anniversaries of death for Samuel Axelrod, Eva Sylvia Barron, Nat Crair, Lola Fisher, Ben Gordon, Abraham Gottfried, Isidore Gottfried, Sarah Gottfried, Jean Hoberman, James Maurice Hyman, Ida Isner Benjamin, Abraham Kendall, Pearl Klein, Mary Krupnikoff, Pell Witt, Jack Lindenman, Isabel Medina, Leo Maris, Donna Moran, Leo Nevis, Jack Pear, Hortense Ross, Nancy Swissman Schneller, and Carrie Silverman. Zichronam Libracha. Who else is marking a Shiva Shloshim or Yortzeit and would like to share a name? Abraham. And sadly, as the list increases of those who lost their lives due to Hurricane Harvey, we're also thinking of and honoring memories of all of our brothers and sisters in that area. We join together now in the words of Hadisha Tom, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal, Yitkadash, Shmei Rabbah, Ve'alma, Yikrav, Kirutei, Yamlik, Machutei, Ve'chayet Lon, Ve'yomet Lon, Ve'chayet Kol Beit Yisrael, Ba'adalah, V'zman Karib, Imru, Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah, V'rav, Ve'olam Lamei Almaya, Yitbarach, Yishtabach, Yita'ar, Yitromam, Yitnaseh, Yitadar, Yitaleh, Yitalal, Shmei, Kudisha, Brithu, Le'elam, Yikol, Birchata, B'shirata, Tushkechata, V'nechemata, Da'amiran, Ve'alma, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shlam Rabba, Min Shemaya, V'chaim Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom, V'imromah, Hu closing song, which we love to sing and pray for peace, at the bottom of page 39. Oh, yeah, oh, shalom.